Hello everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing your reading today. This particular reading is for the sign of Gemini, and this is a you versus them reading. So first, I'm going to be taking a look at your person's current energy towards you, and then after that, we'll cut to a second part of the video where we'll be taking a look at what your current energy is towards your person. So, interesting. So first up, I'm going to be taking a look at what energy they are currently embodying. And for that, we got both the nightingale and the owl. So right away, I'm getting the vibe of somebody who could possibly really like to sing a lot, uses their throat chakra. Oh, there it was. And then with the owl, I'm getting the vibe of like somebody who's very intuitive. They're really like psychically, they could have sort of like, what are they called? They have dreams that like tend to come true, right? They see things in their dreams before they actually happen. All right, so the nightingale represents a fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. Now, when in balance, nightingale energy sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, it's shy and has a lump in the throat. To bring it into balance, take a guess. Music. Because it makes a lot of sense, because if you think about it, there's healing vibrations. Music is literally a collection of vibrations. You feel it when you sing in your throat, the vibrations, and that goes throughout your entire body. So to say that singing or just music in general is healing makes a lot of sense. All right, now the owl. The owl represents words, abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, owl energy is generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, owl energy has money quarrels and experiences scarcity. To bring owl energy into balance requires an offering. Yeah, I feel like your person, they have a lot of good luck, I guess I would say. And again, they're, with that clairvoyance, they could be very intuitive. Like they could know that something is coming, And a part of that knowing what is coming is also knowing what to do with it once it arrives, knowing the purpose of said thing. All right. Now we're going to take a look at your person's current feelings towards you. Gemini's person's current feelings towards them. Okay. All right, so at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Cups, which tells me that you could very well be this individual's like wish fulfillment. All right, so first up here we have the Son of Wands, which in this deck represents the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Now, I want to say that this individual with the Knight of Wands, like they're very passionate about you, and because of that passion, they want to move quickly. And that to some people can be a red flag, understandably so, because again, the Knight of Wands is also a card that represents like fuckboy energy, somebody who's here for a good time, not a long time, which can also be somebody, like they're like a charmer, so they're not giving you their genuine self. They're they're showing you essentially what they think you want to see in a person, right? So they're not very genuine, and when you may feel like you're getting to know them and like they're everything that you want, that's not them at all. That's somebody that they're pretending to be to get you, which can be borderline manipulative depending on their actual intentions. Well, not even depending, that it's very manipulative, but it's even more manipulative if they have bad intentions. So but with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like they're sort of doing all of that so that they can collaborate with you, work with you, and they want to get past whatever conflict there was beforehand with that Five of Wands. Because again, here they see you as their wish fulfillment with this Nine of Cups. And underneath that is the Nine of Pentacles. So, they see you as very independent. And with the Ace of Cups, they do have feelings for you. And that could be something that they may at some point, come forward with to express. One moment. All right, sorry about that. All right, now we're going to take a look at your person's current intentions towards you. All right, Gemini's person's current intentions towards them. Whoop. Well, first out here we have the moon. I feel like they want to bring something to light here. They want to illuminate something for you that they've been holding back, which could very well be that Ace of Cups that was on the bottom of deck in their current feelings towards you. Let's see. With the Ten of Swords, there could very well have been some sort of feeling of betrayal. some sort of a backstabbing energy. And that could be why they want to bring some sort of feelings towards you. Like they want to illuminate the reality essentially of this situation. Because lastly, here we got the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. Somebody who's coming forward with a romantic offer or an expression of romantic feelings. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ace of Swords, which it represents an illumination of some sort of truth. And then with Temperance, you know, it's this person has been, I want to say, like in a sort of process of healing. And I feel like that's a part of this truth here that they're going to bring forward towards you because they could very well have done something, you know, to really hurt you, to make you feel betrayed or stabbed in the back. And that aspect of them, what caused them to do that, could very well be something that they were healing in this time apart here between the two of you, because then we have the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. Now, that's somebody who's generally considered immature, and under that is the Seven of Wands, so they could very well have their walls up because they know that you're not going to be very pleased with them. But, you know, as far as their intentions here, they intend to illuminate the truth here, bring you clarity on the particular situation that you two are involved in together. And a part of that is going to be explaining that they've been doing healing, or they've essentially just been, you know, healing certain aspects of themselves, transmuting the negative aspects into positive aspects. And with the Page of Pentacles, that could be them coming forward here with a very small offer. Right, now lastly, we're going to take a look here at what action, if any, they're going to take towards you. What action, if any, will Gemini's person take towards them? That Seven of Wands. I want to say that could very well be them letting their guard down here. All right, let's see. What action, if any, will Gemini's person... Ooh. But with the Six of Cups here, they've definitely been thinking about you a lot, been thinking about the past, what happened here in this situation. And they could be coming forward here with some sort of olive branch, because with the Six of Cups, it could also sometimes represent somebody representing like an olive branch, somebody coming forward or coming back from the past with like a gift to sort of ease their way back in, right? Let's see, one more card. Then we got the Three of Swords, which generally represents heartbreak, but I feel like they intend to try to heal this heartbreak here with whatever happened between the two of you. Yeah, now these aren't going to be a part of the spread, but the Two of Swords, King of Wands, and the Sun came out, which is giving me the vibe that, you know, a big part of this action that they're taking towards you is the fact that they themselves have to make the choice to come forward. So they're coming forward because they want to. They decided to do this. It's not that they feel obligated or anything like that. And then with the King of Wands, that's because now they're in this energy where they are completely and utterly authentic. And with the Sun, you know, that's them like, you know, realizing that you are, you know, the person that brings them genuine joy and happiness. Now, at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands and the Hangman. So, this Nine of Swords tells me that they coming towards you has given them a lot of anxiety. That's something that like weighed on them for quite a while. This situation weighed on them for quite a while. It kept them from sleeping. Like they've had a lot of sleepless nights where they've just been up thinking about this, thinking about you, thinking about how to come towards you to try to fix things. It made it difficult for them to really focus on anything else. Like, for example, work. They could have had a lot of difficulty focusing on their work, career, whatever it is they're supposed to be doing. But with the Nine of Wands, they're coming forward because they cannot let this go. Okay. This is something that they've been mulling over and over and over, and they're at the point where it's become such a burden. They have to do something about it, or else it's just going to keep driving them crazy. And with the Hangman, a part of that is because during this time apart, okay, something changed their perception of the situation. It could very well be the healing that they have been doing here. All right, Gemini, these are messages that I have for you at this time. Now it is time to go and take a look at your energy towards your person. BRB. All right, Gemini. Now we're going to take a look at what energy you are currently. All right. Sorry about that. My big light went out, so I had to plug it into charge. All right, Gemini. Oh, okay. All right, so as I was saying, now we're going to take a look at what energy we're currently embodying. So you essentially, not even essentially, you did get the same two cards that your person got. Let me find out y'all are in the same exact energy. We're going to have to wait until we get closer to the, until we're going through the actual tarot here, but I'm going to read the meanings of these two cards from the book, and then we'll get into the tarot. That's wild. I've never had both people's energy, what they're currently embodying, come out as the exact same two cards. All right. So the Nightingale. All right. The Nightingale represents a fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable amongst the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, Nightingale energy sings and it speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, Nightingale energy is shy and has a lump in the throat. To bring Nightingale energy into balance, take a guess. Music. All right, so again, you're somebody who really you could really enjoy singing. If you are not by career or even hobby a singer, music can just be something that is very significant and healing in your life, and you could like to sing. You could be very expressive. You are very communicative. Now, owl energy represents abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, owl energy is generous, trusting, and secure. When out of balance, owl energy has money quarrels and is in scarcity. To bring owl energy into balance requires an offering. All right, now, you could be somebody that, like, you have sort of like prophetic dreams. Your dreams tend to come true. And that is something that has helped you to operate in a particular way that benefits you and brings you some sort of wealth or good fortune. Now, you can also, in that same realm, you can also see things that are coming your way, which gives you a heads up and helps you to figure out, what to do with whoever or whatever arrives, essentially. Jesus, that's wild. That's blowing my mind right now. You and your person have the same exact two cards for what energy you're currently embodying. Now let's take a look at the tarot. Let's see right now, what is Gemini's current feelings towards their person? The Two of Swords. You have yet to make a decision here, whether it's about this person or whoa, chill, whether it's about this person or about how you feel about this person truly, if you want to, like, what you want to do about the situation. But then we have the Ace of Swords, which is giving me the vibe that there's something that still needs to be illuminated for you before you can make this decision here, which makes sense. But then we have the Ten of Wands. This situation just feels like a major burden on you, but normally I only take 3 cards for that. But also the Star popped out, which is giving me the odd vibe that you have some hope here when it comes to the situation with this individual, regardless of how much of a burden this situation currently feels, how much it's currently like weighing on you here. All right, so first up here, I'm sorry, these are the cards that are at the bottom of the deck in the position of your current feelings towards your person. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So, you feel like you can have this really, like, you feel like you guys can be really abundant together. You guys can, like, essentially like build a legacy together. You can have the cars, the house, the family, like you may have a dream to have like a big property and have like family, all generations, like living there with you in this big house, right? um but then you have this Two of Cups, which tells me you really feel some sort of like deep soul connection with this individual. Excuse me. And with the Fool, why is it not going to focus? Focus, whatever, fine. And with the Fool, you want to essentially take a leap of faith towards this person. But with that Two of Swords in your feelings, I'm getting, you're still cautious about that. But with the Six of Wands under that, I feel like you guys, like, you feel like you guys can be really successful together, which makes a lot of sense because Ten of Pentacles. All right. Now to take a look here at your current intentions towards this individual. All right. Gemini's current intentions towards their person. Chill. We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that, you intend to bring balance essentially here to this situation, an equal give and take. And the Six of Pentacles can also represent, a sort of olive branch if you look at the imagery. All right. Gemini's current intentions towards their person. That's more than I'd like to take, but whatever. Ooh, what is this? All right, so we have the Four of Wands, which is a card that more commonly represents marriage, but at the core, the Four of Wands represents stability. Okay. You intend to bring stability to the situation. It makes a lot of sense here why you have the Seven of Swords. A lot of people will say, the Seven of Swords represents lying, stealing, cheating, but the Seven of Swords also represents, being strategic. And with that came out the Three of Swords. So, I feel like you're strategizing a way to heal this heartbreak essentially between you and this individual. Yeah, because at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hermit, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Now, with the Hermit, I'm definitely getting that you've been to yourself. You guys have not been in communication or anything like that. And with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Cups, you see, yourself having a family with this person like this. Like you see them like as your person. Interestingly enough, the Ten of Cups is also sometimes portrayed as a marriage card. So, you're feeling forever with this person. You know you can have a family, the life that you both want together, which is why the Four of Cups is next. You have like you're not accepting any offers from anybody else. Like you are not interested in anybody else. All right, now lastly, we're going to take a look at what action, if any, you're going to take towards this person. What action, if any, will Gemini take towards their person? The Chariot. That is some fast-paced forward movement that is going to create some sort of victory or success. What? Get the fuck out of here. Okay. This was a little too close to what came out as a side bit for your person also in this place. There's only one card differently, but we have the King of Wands. So, that's you in your power, in your authenticity, the most authentic version of yourself. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which represents coming forward with an offer, and that offer is something that can, it may seem small at first, but it has the potential to grow into something much larger. And then we have the Sun, which, gives me the vibe that, this person brings you genuine joy and happiness in your life. I don't know what happened here between the both of y'all. I know that, there was some feelings hurt and things are pretty heavy, but, at the end of the day, when somebody means that much to you, you're gonna make a move. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck here, it's essentially what was at the bottom of the deck previously. We have the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So with the Hermit, you plan on coming out of Hermit mode, you plan on coming back towards this person, And with the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, I feel like, you're going to be telling this person, what it's like you're going to be explaining to them that you feel like you guys have this like deep soul connection here. And you see yourself having, the life that you want with them, building something long lasting with them. Interesting. You guys got a lot of very similar cards here. So I feel like you guys are, in a sense on the same page, even though you may not have spoken in some time. But again, the both of you, from the looks of it, want to heal this, want to come back together and fix whatever has happened, heal whatever has happened. All right, Gemini, these are the messages that I have for you at this time. And I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.